Hello, tribe. How you doing? This is Lisa Don Lajo. I'm super happy to be here. I'm doing a little video blog this week because trying to simplify my life and yours by sharing more in an easy access opportunity. It's much easier to click play than it is to read sometimes. So I'm just going to try this out and see if you guys like it, and you'll let me know if you enjoy this experience more than reading all the time, and then I can mix it up. So we'll have some extra fun. I wanted to talk to you today about blame and judgment and how those two parts of humanity and learned behavior really diminish our possibility to step into places of power. It's very, very important to understand that when we engage in blame, we actually, diminish our ability to be super powerful and present with the opportunity to change in a more impactful way in our life. So when we point at something else, we're basically saying, I don't have anything to do with what's going on. And, there's very few situations really where it's somebody else's fault. A lot of the time, we really are participating in our own problems and we don't realize it. Either we don't know how to show up to them, or we really are inadequate in relationship to them. There's times where, we don't know how to be powerful and present in our, in the framework of a situation. We're not really sure how to, step into a place of power and contribution to advance and increase our possibilities for success in any kind of endeavor, whether it's relationships or job opportunities or transformation or just taking risks to love again or whatever it is. Just like trying to up-level your life into a new scale, not so easy. And people get caught in that. They get caught in saying it's your fault, it's their fault, it's the economics fault, it's my parents' fault, it's the guy's fault. And that's really tough, for transformation to actually do that. The best way to position yourself to get out of the blame game and get out of taking things and saying and turning them into other people's responsibility is to just really embrace the fact that what are you responsible for? You don't necessarily have responsibility for everything, but you definitely can say, well, what is my part in this equation, and what is my part in this story that I'm upset about, that I'm saying it's somebody else's fault that I'm here. Sometimes life will mirror back to us really difficult moments of reflection through the mirroring of other people or experiences to teach us about who we are, because we need to learn and grow and become greater beings in who we are. There's lots of potential in owning your responsibility and not asserting blame as the solution to a problem, because, hey, you know what? It's not. If you give that power to somebody else to fix your problems, then you're definitely giving the success potential away as well. It'll, if it's somebody else's fault that you're here, then it's going to be somebody else's responsibility to change it, which means that you will never attain in yourself the confidence, and you can't say, I healed something, because it's somebody else's responsibility, all of it. So you don't get to build and rise in your self-esteem in a way that's absolutely beautiful and powerful, really powerful to help you. So what are the points? Get out of the blame game. Very important. Getting out of the blame game. What can I be responsible for? What can I own? What's my part? What's their part? Versus it's just their fault. Do I feel unworthy? Unworthiness has a huge part in the blame game. Do I want to continue my behavior, which is a reason why we continue in the blame game, is we want to continue the behavior that we're doing. We don't know how to change it, so it's easier to say, I'm doing these things because of this and because of that. We never make the change. Lots of people go through this that I have worked with in the past and still today, who go through this in their work because they don't feel powerful in their work. They don't know how to share their preferences. So one of my go-to solutions is when you feel like you're out of control in a certain dynamic, there's two things to do. There's put a brave face on and start to research, like I'm saying, what is my contribution to the situation being like this? What can I do that's different, that will make a change for me? How can I use my energetic being to make a shift in the perception around me by maybe being happier, smiling, changing what I'm saying, changing my mindset, being more pleasant, changing my facial expressions, because some of us are like, everything we feel is sitting right in the forefront of the image of our face. I'm like that. I've had to work really hard at sometimes like adjusting my energy, because I have a very strong and powerful energy. People can relate to it right away, and they don't know what to do with it, honestly. and own it and say, okay, what do I want? And what do I want to show? How do I want to show up in myself in this circumstance and situation and become victorious in something that I feel powerless in? And think of solutions, because when you change your mindset, you'll be able to change the way you're showing up to those experiences. The other part of it, which is very, very important, is to understand, like, if you're in a challenging circumstance, you have preferences that maybe you're not sharing. And you have to ask yourself what those preferences are. What are the preferences that I have in relationship to my work? What would I like to change? What would I like? How would I like things to be different? How would I prefer my partner talk to me, my husband, my wife, my children? How can I tell them what I prefer versus feeling like, why are they doing that? They're making me feel bad. It's all their fault that I'm having a bad day now. Things are terrible now. Shift perception. Ask yourself, what is it that I would prefer that's different than what they're doing? And then be vulnerable enough to share it and showcase who you really are versus the response and frustration that you're experiencing because they don't really know. And the truth is, let's be honest, sometimes people just can't give us what we need and we can't give ourselves what we need. But judgment and blame never have to be present at the same time. It's so in that situation, if we know that somebody really can't show up for who we are and we can't really show up for who we are, there's ways to navigate through it through really understanding the exploration of preference. What do I want? What do I need? What do I need? I want to feel instead of what I'm feeling now. And understanding yourself more deeply can make it much easier to translate what it is that you want to say and become, you become more illuminated to who you are. And from that illumination, you're able to tap into certain conversations in a better way. And you're able to tune into conversations in a better way as well. So you can connect and make the change, make the shift, open up opportunities, change that blame game into resolution, preference, opportunity, and stop the nonsense and take your power into your own hands, because that's really what you're looking for. If you're hanging out here and watching this video, then you're really looking to be powerful and learning to feel inside yourself and in your energetic field the power of who you are in the soul and in the alignment of your true self. So if you're blaming, you can't really do that because you're taking all that you have responsibility for and putting it on somebody else or something else. And the minute you do that, you lose the energetic power that you have inside yourself to say, yeah, but what is up to me and what can I do that will make a difference here? I hope this helped, and I love questions. I love to answer questions if you have any. I love sharing and hearing about what you think and how we can shift the opportunities together that you have in your life, from feeling, like I can't into I can and I will. So remember, the blame game doesn't serve you in any way, and it actually depletes your power and puts responsibility on maybe people you really don't want to just be deciding your life experience. You have to think about who you're blaming are the people that you're giving the power to decide on how your life's going to go. And I think you'll agree with me that that's not the best idea. So enjoy, have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you really soon. Bye for now.